Welcome to Truth, Money, and Freedom. Today is Saturday, May 18th, 2019. Hey, gang, I'm just going to let you know that Missouri passed an 8-week abortion ban. That's the state that I live in. This was just passed yesterday. And I apologize for the lack of videos in the last few days, but I warned you guys in advance I'd be doing a lot of work and I wouldn't be able to. I didn't get to cover this before it happened. But I just want to say a couple of things about this. I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, and we talked about Roe v. Wade. And although this story here is about Missouri, it's important to understand abortion is a states' rights issue. It always has been. And I know that offends people when I say that. And I know some people are offended, basically by the fact that, with pro-life, in the pro-life movement, but I'm just going to give you the brass tacks on this, gang. This is unemotional, and I'm going to give you literally the straight facts on Roe v. Wade. First off, Roe v. Wade applied only to Roe and Wade. Those of you who think, no TC, you don't get how the Supreme Court works, that's the law of the land. It is not the job of the Supreme Court to make law. It never has been, and it never will be. They don't make laws. They make decisions based on the constitutionality of existing law. That's what they do. Roe v. Wade was challenging a state's law on abortion. Abortion is still a states' rights issue, even though we're all under the impression, for some reason, that Roe v. Wade made it legal everywhere in the United States. Period. Well, it truly didn't. The decision of Roe v. Wade affected only Roe and Wade. Okay, so where does that leave us? That leaves us with states. Now, once again, we could talk about the Alabama decision as well. And of course, I'll link this story down below. I'm not going to read a whole lot from it, but it's a passed bill. All we need is the governor to sign it, and it's law, and the governor has already pledged to sign the bill. So this is all but a done deal. Same thing happened in Alabama, except that one has been signed by the governor. States are starting to take their rights back from the federal government. That's what's going on right now. And on a very important issue, in my opinion, which is abortion. That's what you see here. This is a couple of states do it, and before long, all states will probably do something along this line. Well, all red states, let's put it that way. So that's what they're doing. And by the way, that doesn't mean it's now illegal. If you want to go to a blue state like Illinois and get an abortion, you still can, after 8 weeks, if you're in Missouri. So that's what this is all about. We have I would say we have a pattern forming here where states are starting to say, we're not letting the federal government take away rights from the states anymore. 10th Amendment issues. And that's what abortion is a 10th Amendment issue. That's what you're seeing here with this pattern, and with Missouri, and with, I believe it's Alabama. Yeah, there we go. After Alabama's governor signed a bill Wednesday making performing an abortion a felony in nearly all cases. So in Missouri's case, what it is it's illegal to do it after 8 weeks. That's what this is all about. And of course, supporters say the Alabama bill is meant to conflict with the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision that legalized abortion nationally. See, did it really do that? Did that decision legalize abortion nationally? Technically, it didn't. States know this, and they're saying, well, we're not going to acknowledge that because that is a 10th Amendment issue. So that's what's going on here, gang. You're actually seeing states start to rise up, look at the federal government and say, you can't push us around on this one. This is our decision. So will Roe v. Wade be revisited? Well, yes, but you see, that's the thing. I don't even know if Roe and Wade are still alive anymore, but that decision affected only Roe and Wade. It did not legalize abortion across the 50 states. That's not what the Supreme Court is meant to do. That's not what they do. However, that is what they constantly do, which is called legislating from the bench. They make laws from the bench of the Supreme Court, just like we keep accusing smaller courts of doing through precedents. They set precedents, and then that suddenly changes laws. That is not the way our system was designed to work. You must fight it. You have to fight these things. Don't let these things go by. Remember I did a video a while back, guys, and I talked about the value of human life and why would kids want to kill other kids in school shootings? Well, one of the reasons I believe is that we've taught them that human life doesn't matter because, they can be aborted. We can abort human life and, it's okay. And people fight, indeed fight. Look at this right up here. People fight for the right to kill. This is a very disturbing trend in our society, in our culture, and indeed the entire West. This is something that's now ingrained in a couple of generations, and we've got to do something about this. If we want our country to survive and want life to have meaning, if we want to teach our kids that life does have value, this is one of the things we have to do, is we have to curb this abortion thing. We must do it. Now, there's all kinds of other reasons. People will say, well, Americans aren't having enough kids anymore. That's true, too. But think of how many have been aborted. And these were people that could have, participated in our population. And they're just gone. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, the states are saying, well, we're just not going to follow this anymore. We're definitely going our own way, and we're making it legal through legislation. Not what the Supreme Court did by setting precedents, doing it through the actual honest-to-God legislative system. So that's what's going on here, gang. I thought I'd report on this because this is my state, and I apologize for not reporting on it earlier. I literally could not do it. And also, too, I'm going to be busy this coming up week, and also this weekend as well. So, the podcasts may be few and far between, even for the next week, and I apologize. Like I said, this is just my work. I've got to work. All of us have to work. At any rate, just wanted to let you know my thoughts on this, why it's happening, and it is a trend. It is an ongoing trend. Believe me, stuff like this is going to start happening in other states too. Because people are smart enough to know that the reason why we have all these issues with our youngsters, and one of them is we teach them that life has very little value by literally making abortion just a part of life. Okay, that's it for now, gang. Thank you once again for listening to Truth, Money, and Freedom. I promise you I'll eke out a podcast whenever I can in the next week. You guys take care. Love you all. God bless.